Okay, El Refran, thank you for submitting a replay. So we're going to go through it. You're playing Ramattra. There's a few things you need to think about when you play Ramattra. You need to think about your cooldown cycling. So in what order are you using your cooldowns? Your target priority, who are you shooting? Your engagement timing, so when do you go in? And finally, playing the objective, especially on push. You need to think a lot about playing the robot. So we're going to go over that in this replay review. So quickly looking at the comps, right, looking at the matchup, the only thing you should really pay attention to as Ram is which tank are you facing, and you can think about the rest later. So we're thinking about Ryan. Ryan is usually a good matchup for Ram. Why is it a good matchup? It's a good matchup because you can punch through his shield, you can slow him so that he can't keep up with your team and he can't swing in range. And you also have your own ranged damage compared to Ryan, who only has melee. So generally it's a good matchup. You want to make sure that the Ryan gets split from his team. You can use your shield to place it behind the Reinhardt. So let's say Reinhardt was just standing here, you put the shield behind him. Now the Ana cannot heal him. So those are the main things to know about the Ram and the Ryan matchup. The rest is not really that important at this level of play. So we're going out here and we're poking. So this is fine. At the beginning of fights, usually you want to poke with Ramattra. So this is okay. However, what I notice is you're poking all the way out in the open. There's no cover. Why is cover important on Ram? Cover is important so you don't take too much damage, so your health doesn't drop too low. If your health drops too low, you can't go in with your form because you'll start on half HP. So that's why it's important to use cover. So let's think, what cover can we use? There's here, and there's here. I think using this is fine because it gets you closer to the enemy team, which means when you want to slow them and use your form, it makes it easier to do that. So I think you should be moving here. Let's see what happens. So the shield is fine. But again, I think the shield can go further forward. I think you can play it on this red pillar here. You can move forward, maybe even put the shield here to force the enemy team to move to the side or move out of position. So I think you could be a bit more aggressive with your shield and your positioning. And also, if you stand here on full HP, you don't have to shield early. So your shield comes from more of your health going down compared to using your shield to stop the enemy getting value. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to have to reactively shield. We want to put the shield forward so we can take space. If we can take space, it's easier to land our combo. What is our combo? The slow and the form. So that's what we want to do in Ram. So the shield goes down, that's fine. But do you see again? Do you see what's happening? We're not using cover and we nearly die. So we survive on 25 HP. You know, it's very realistic that we could have died here. So what should you have done instead? You already know the answer. So tell me the answer. 3, 2, 1. Again, you should be using cover. Do you see what happens when we don't use cover? We take too much damage, we can't use our combo. So that's the first and the last time I will talk about cover. You need to understand cover is what every single player, especially every single tank, needs to be using. So you need to start using cover more consistently. And then let's move on now to what we want to be doing on Ram. Land our combo. What's our combo? The slow and the form. So here the Ryan moves up, and that's fine. But again, we're not really using cover. His shield is going to break. Amazing. So Ryan's shield is going to break. I think this slow is okay. But if you think about where you threw the slow, you threw it here. Could you think of a better place to throw the slow? 3, 2, 1. Obviously, it's here, right? Why is this a better place? Because the Ryan, who's half HP, obviously wants to go back to his team. To go back, is he going to move to the left or is he going to move to the right? Of course, he's going to move to the right. That's why your slow was good, but it should have been here. So Ryan spends a longer amount of time in the slow. The longer that he is slowed for, the more punches you can get off. Does that make sense? Cool. So good. Do you see? He escapes almost instantly. But nice try. So again, I want you to be proactive with the shield. I want the shield like here, between this blue thing and between this wall. Block this line of sight. So the enemy team, they have to start walking around this. They have to start wasting time. They're not shooting as much. Because do you see right now, the Hanzo can shoot whoever he wants. The Ana, if she wants, can land a nade. So it's much better if you can be proactive with your shield. Proactive. You want to use shield before they force you to use it. So again, can be aggressive shield, right? See the soldier, that's fine. So again, I'm waiting for you to use the shield. Please use shield so you can take space. Remind me, why is space so important? 3, 2, 1. Space is important because the more space that you have, they get squashed together. It's easy to land your combo, which is your slow and your form. So please, this is what we need to be thinking about. Again, do you see the shield? It's not really doing a lot. It does block the soldier, but you can take more space and then use shield more aggressively. Okay, so the Ryan charges in. Again, do you see the problem with the slow? He's only caught in it for half a second. So I want you to start thinking about which way will the Ryan run. He's going to run backwards or he's going to run this way. So the slow should be around here. So let's change where we're putting the slow as well. But I like your cooldown cycling is good. First you shield, then you slow, then you form. I really like your cooldown cycling. It's just how you're using the cooldowns is the problem. So I noticed that we're missing quite a lot of punches on the Rhine, even though Rhine is a big target. So what I would like you to do is use the custom game mode Vaxter. So this custom game mode, Vaxter. Type this into the custom game import slot, put that in, and then you should be fine. It's going to help you practice anything, even your ram, your normal aim, your punch aim. Please use that. Okay, so we get slept, that's fine. So the Ryan's charging in, but we can still win. Because Ryan is half HP, his team is all standing in a straight line. I think there's still a chance for you to land your combo, especially because the Ana doesn't have sleep. If she doesn't have sleep, we can go forward, we can be more aggressive. So I'm waiting for the shield and I'm waiting for your slow. The shield is good, this time it's a bit more aggressive, so I like that. Okay, but do you see how far you're moving back? You're going really, really far back. When I think there's a chance you can stay here, because again, you can land your combo. So do you see the problem is you're giving up too much space. Way, way, way too much space. And again, what's happening? You're just walking out into open space. Okay, so let's now I want to see, can we get any kind of combo going? Nice, good slow. Do you see this is really good slow because Ryan is in the middle. So anywhere he walks, he's getting slowed further. So really nice slow, nice punches. Maybe we'll get the kill. Let's see. Really nice. So well done for that. Amazing, we killed the Mercy as well. Perfect. But I think the shield could have been more aggressive. I think the shield can be here because now it splits the Rhine from the Ana. Do you see how if you shield in the middle, the Ana cannot heal the Rhine? If the Ana cannot heal the Rhine has to go backwards. He has to give up space. And remember, we want more space so we can land our combo. So the shield does block the... Or does it? Let's see. It does block the shatter though. So it ends up being a decent shield. Again, I'm looking for, look, you know, do you see how you're staying in the same place? You're not moving forward. I want you to take space, take space, take space, take space. There's two really easy ways to understand, you know, should I take space or should I not take space? Number one, is my team using an ultimate? Look, we're using two ultimates. We're using Dragon and we're using Tree. So there's one. Another thing is, do we have player advantage? We have 4, they have 3. So yes, we have player advantage and we have ultimates that are being used on our team, which means, of course, we should walk forward and take space. There we go, we're walking forward, nice. So one thing is, you should have slowed the Rhine. As soon as his charge ends, then you need to slow the Rhine to make sure he can't escape. But I like this, okay? So you see the slow comes a bit late and he has his charge up again. Do you see why the shield is so good? Because it blocks the Ana from healing the Rhine. So really, really good shield. Really, really, look, he has to go back. He can't walk forward because he's not being healed. Perfect. Yep, so we're poking. Again, what do you need to do? Tell me. 3, 2, 1. Land the combo. Look at these guys. Look at these guys. They're not respecting you. They're not respecting you. You can easily just walk around the corner and use your combo. So I'm wondering why you keep focusing on the Rhine when these guys are out of position. This is really easy. You also have your ult. So even if your form ends, if you get low, just press Q. You can keep going. So I'm noticing another problem, which is you only go for the Rhine. You have not gone for anyone else. It's been 2.5 minutes and you've not been shooting anyone else. So that needs to change. And look, do you see? Because you didn't shoot anyone else, the enemy DPS, the enemy supports, they're able to walk up and they're able to kill your team. So quite a few issues we're noticing so far. Let's see, which perk did you take? Yep, that's a good perk. So I just want to... So I've identified the main issues and I'll summarize this at the end. The only couple of things I want to have a look at now is looking at how do you use your ultimate and what second perk do you take. Okay, ultimate. So we have 2 ultimates. Oh, we use it now. Okay, let's see. Okay, I don't like this. So here's how to use your ultimate on Ram. Step 1, you use your normal form. Okay, then your normal form ends. Then you use your ult. So you go from normal form to ult. Then when your ultimate ends, your form will be off of cooldown. So you get 3 times as much time spent punching if you form, ult, then form when ult runs out. Okay, the only time you'd ult without forming first is if you really need to chase someone down. You need the extra HP, but you do get HP from normal form anyway. So that's how you should be using your ultimate. You do your combo with your punches, then ult, then you'll have form again when your ultimate ends. Okay, let's see if you make the same mistake here. Again, do you see, your problem is you open with ult. You don't need to open with ult. You should open with form, then when your form is ending, or if you get low whilst in form, then you use ult. Okay? So problems with ultimate. And then let's see what second perk you take. Good. You take the perk where you can control where your vortex lands. So let's see if you're doing that properly, and then we'll wrap it up. Get the perk around here. Okay, sure. Okay, so what we're just gonna have a look at, are you using the perk properly? You've chosen the right perks, but I want to make sure you're using the second perk properly. Okay, right. So you can control where your slow lands, which is really powerful. Okay, the shield is good. Let's see the slow. So there's no slow. So again, you're missing a big opportunity here. You just slow them, go into your form, and start fighting. And here's another opportunity where, remember what we said, if you get low, you can just ult. So here, if I was you, I would use ult for more HP and start walking on the Ana, because she has used sleep. If you check, she has used sleep, she has used nade. That's a green light for you to start walking on the Ana with your ultimate. Look, ult, you know, there's nothing stopping you from ult. Ult for the HP and kill the Ana. So one quick check to see how we're using the E. Okay, we're not even using our slow, right? We're taking way too long. Come on, are we using it? We're using it. There we go. Okay, really good. So okay, fine. So you're using the slow. You know how to kind of detonate it and make it fall down. So that's cool. Okay, so let's summarize. One thing I forgot to mention also, which you probably know if you've watched one of my more popular videos, is you need to be turning around and checking where your team is. Because if your team is here, then you think, okay, I can fight. If your team is not here, then you have to be a bit more careful. The next thing is using your shield aggressively, trying to split people so that Ana can't heal the Hanzo, that Ana can't heal the Rein, or, you know, if they're all bunched around this corner, you'd put your shield not here, but you'd put your shield here. Okay? Second thing is, stop only shooting Rein. Start shooting, start punching other people. This combo, look, do you see how you're doing it only when you can't see the Rein? Even if you can see the Rein, if his team is out of position, if his team is too far forward like this, then you do exactly this. You make sure you slow and you use your combo, right? And that's how you're going to get kills, the slow and the combo. Also, think about where you're putting your slow. So here it's fine, but remember on the Rein, we missed a lot of chances to keep him in the slow for longer, okay? And the final thing is ult usage, right? Oh yeah, wait, forget that. I'm sorry. The first thing we said was cover usage. Okay, you need to be using things like this, things like this, things like this. Stop taking too much damage before the fight begins, because that limits how often you can combo. And the last thing is going to be ult usage. Use your form, then your ult, then your form. Okay. Or you could form, and whilst you're in form, if you're getting low, like when you were fighting over here, and the Ana used sleep, she used nade, getting low, use your ult for more HP and kill whoever. Okay, so those are the main points summarized. I'll probably write it out in the description or in the Discord where you submitted it. I hope this helped, and please let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you have any questions.